Congratulations, you just got out of the military. This video is going to be on 5 things you should be made aware of if you are transitioning out of the military and going to school as a college veteran.
It's everything we know.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today is another 3-minute Thursday. It's probably going to be longer than 3 minutes because I have some stuff to explain to you. The first being your location. I can't stress how important that is to choose a school and pick a location where you're going, because I applied to 4 different colleges while I was still in. I applied to the University of South Carolina, the University of Alabama, Arizona State University, and Troy University. Now the thing with this was, none of those schools were near Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, where I was stationed. The University of South Carolina was the first school I applied to, along with Arizona State, but it was one of the last schools that I got accepted into because I had to change the semester in which I was going to be attending. So by that time, I was thinking of going to South Carolina. It was way too late. It was already December and school was set to start in 2 weeks. So there was no way I could have done that. Your location is also important because you have to send your stuff somewhere, right? Now, when I was in, they allowed me to send my stuff somewhere other than my home of record. I cannot say that is the case now. I'm not really sure. I could always look that up if anyone has any questions. But then when I applied to send my stuff to a location in Alabama, it was perfectly okay, and that's what I did. However, if you were going somewhere and your hometown is not in that state, don't worry about it. Just send your stuff home. You know, don't let the fear of going to a new place stop you from going to the school that you want. You don't need half of your stuff anyway. You can pack whatever you need in a freaking sea bag, in a suitcase. You will be fine. The second thing you need to be made aware of is your spending. I'm gonna be honest right now, I probably spent about $2,000 that I needed to pay for an apartment. And I was not living in a luxury place at all. I was living about 10 to 15 minutes almost on the outside of town. Kind of ghetto, to be honest. It was about $595 or so. And then I had a pet fee because I had Monroe. And I was living by myself. I didn't have any cooking utensils. You know, you're so used to the barracks having a microwave. My apartment didn't have a microwave, so I had to go buy one of those. It was just the little things. I didn't really have hand towels. I didn't have toilet paper. Just all the necessary things you're gonna need when you live somewhere, I didn't have. So I dropped about $2,000 on that. But if this is your dream, if your dream is to go to school or to get a degree or just be successful and go to college, you need to be saving your money. And if you are not doing that now, start. Just put, even if it's $10 a month, you are gonna need it, I promise you. The third thing you need to be made aware of is you need to decide what's important to you when it comes to organizations, majors, activities, sports, all of that. Now for me, I chose schools that were heavily related into sports and activities, and ironically for the majors, which is one of the most important things, that's why you're going to school, is to get a degree. For me, I wanted to make sure they either had exercise science or photography. And those were my main things because I wasn't really sure what I was wanting to study. And I knew that those 2 things are like my biggest hobby. So I wanted to make sure I at least had those options if that's the way I was going to go. But now I'm in business. You can find that just about anywhere. Whatever school you want to go to has to be important to you. You're still going there for an education. You're going there to better yourself. And if you find yourself not in that position, you need to reassess what you just did. This is one of the things I've been wanting to talk about most because you're gonna be older than just about everyone there. So the 4th thing you need to be made aware of is your age. Now, and you're gonna be made aware of it a lot because everyone's gonna be like, oh, how old are you? You're a freshman? oh, cool. And then you tell them that, yeah, I'm a freshman, but I'm 23 years old. And then they look at you like you're their parent all of a sudden. The things that come out of these kids' mouths, you're just like, I knew a couple other veterans that had, had the cases where they went to school, and you always get those people that say, oh, you only joined the military because you couldn't cut it out in school, you were too dumb. And I remember talking to one kid I worked with about that, and it's just like, sometimes you just gotta let things go. Also, stand up for what you believe in too, because sometimes people just don't know any better. They weren't really raised to care about the same things that you may care about. Fifth and most important reason in all of this is to always remember your why. Why you want to go to school, why you want to live out of state, why you don't want to live at home. You have to really you have to really believe in what you're doing, because no one else is going to believe in yourself more than you. I've been through some difficult times where I had to take a look in the mirror and be like, you can do this, you don't have any other options, and if you don't do it, you're gonna need another plan. And so with all those 5 steps, we talked about location, your spending habits, your organizations and the things you care about. We also talked about your age and how it may affect, some of your classes or some of your relationships with some people. And lastly, we talked about your why. Now, if I edited this video crappy and you still have no idea what to do, you can always message me on Facebook, Instagram. You can message me on YouTube if you want to. This is where the video is gonna go up, and I'll try to link it to Facebook. But if you know me personally, just ask for my phone number, because I am always willing to talk to people and I'm always willing to help. I know how hard it is because I did it myself. One of my friends, Miss Courtney White, was getting out of the Marine Corps. She was there to help me. She got out in July and I got out in December. So I had an example. I had someone to look up to. And with that, I will say this. If you like today's video, please go like and subscribe for a 3-Minute Thursday every Thursday.